Hey Steelers fans, welcome back. Tonight, we're diving into everything you need to know about our Pittsburgh Steelers as they gear up for a big matchup. The air is frigid, the kind of cold that cuts through your jacket and makes your face feel numb, but that will not slow down the excitement for what is shaping up to be a critical game day. The Steelers are set to face off against the Miami Dolphins at 8:15 in the evening at Acrisure Stadium. And this matchup brings a lot of implications for the standings and momentum. The Dolphins come in riding a 4-game winning streak, a hot streak that has them feeling confident. But the Steelers are not a team that can be taken lightly, especially when it comes to defending their home turf and asserting their presence in the playoff race. The Ravens have recently taken care of business in Cincinnati, shutting out the Bengals 24-0, which places them at 7-7 in the standings, while the Steelers sit just a half game behind at 7-6. The pressure is on, and the Steelers know that securing a win tonight is vital to maintaining control of their path forward. As we look ahead beyond this matchup, the schedule only gets more challenging. Detroit awaits next, and even though the Lions are not the powerhouse they were last season, they're still a team capable of exploiting mistakes and forcing turnovers. So focus and execution tonight cannot be understated. The Dolphins, despite their early struggles at the start of the season, have found a rhythm over the last 4 games, taking down the Bills, Commanders, Saints, and Jets. Their success has been fueled by both strategic plays and individual brilliance. And while statistics can be debated endlessly, the reality is that this is a team riding momentum and confidence into Pittsburgh, which always adds an extra layer of intensity to any matchup. Tua Tagovailoa has faced scrutiny for his performance in challenging conditions, particularly cold weather, but tonight, the real test will be how the Steelers' defense handles the Dolphins' dynamic rushing attack, led by Devin Achane. In his recent 4-game streak, Achane has produced impressive numbers, racking up 174, 120, 134, and 92 yards on the ground, showing an ability to find space and make explosive plays even in tough conditions. Of course, there are lingering questions about Achane's health, specifically a rib issue, which could affect his performance and how aggressively the Steelers choose to engage him during the game. Every defensive player will know precisely where to target and how to adjust, but the cold and intensity of the game will also test stamina, mental toughness, and preparation. In terms of personnel, the absence of TJ Watt is significant. Losing a star edge rusher always has an impact, but the Steelers' defense is structured to adapt, and players like Alex Highsmith and Nick Herbig are ready to step up, bringing energy and determination to compensate for any gaps. Highsmith, coming off what many would call one of his best performances, demonstrated an ability to pressure quarterbacks effectively and disrupt offensive rhythm. The Dolphins' quarterback, Tua, has been sacked 8 times in the past 3 games, adding to the ongoing narrative of a team that needs to stay disciplined and relentless on defense. This game will also test the depth and versatility of Pittsburgh's roster, particularly in adapting strategies for adverse weather conditions, which tend to favor a ground-heavy approach. Offensively, the Steelers have choices to make. While the deep ball has returned as a tactical weapon in some matchups, tonight's conditions may not be ideal for stretching the field vertically. The cold, coupled with defensive adjustments by Miami, means the focus might need to shift toward leveraging the tight ends and ground game. With Darnell Washington cleared to play after coming off concussion protocol, the Steelers can utilize strength, size, and tactical play calling to establish control of the line of scrimmage. Using tight ends effectively and focusing on short, powerful runs will allow the offense to maintain possession, grind down the clock, and wear down the Dolphins' defense. Mount Washington, leading blocking schemes, and the offensive line must execute flawlessly to create lanes and allow skill players to find space, as well as to protect the quarterback against pressure from all angles. The aim is to dominate time of possession, stay physical, and impose the Steelers' identity on the game rather than reacting to the opponent. The crowd and atmosphere at Acrisure Stadium tonight will also play a vital role. Fans have shown that they care deeply about the team, expressing their frustration and passion openly when necessary. Recent home games have highlighted how vocal supporters can influence momentum, send messages, and motivate players. There is no doubt that energy in the stadium will be heightened tonight, especially with a halftime Hall of Honor ceremony celebrating legends like Ben Roethlisberger, Marquise Pouncey, and Joey Porter. These intangibles, combined with the stakes of a game, create a setting where focus, preparation, and determination are paramount. It is a reminder that every game counts, every play matters, and the Steelers must approach this contest with intensity, discipline, and strategic clarity. Strategically, the Steelers must maximize their strengths. This means attacking the middle of the field aggressively, leveraging size, strength, and toughness to overcome the Dolphins' schemes. Playing to their physical advantages, dominating the trenches, and executing consistently on short yardage and screen plays will be crucial. The team must be willing to fight for every inch, remain disciplined against the rushing attack, and be opportunistic in creating turnovers and halting momentum. While deep passes are exciting and have their place, tonight's game may favor a more grounded, physical approach that emphasizes control, patience, and execution. The Steelers' offensive line, skill positions, and tight ends need to be synchronized, with clear communication and decisive action to carve out opportunities and sustain drives. Defensively, attention to detail will be key. Containing Devin Achane, recognizing misdirection, and maintaining gap integrity will be vital to slowing down a dynamic rushing attack. Players must communicate, adjust, and remain disciplined throughout the game, particularly in adverse weather conditions where footing and handling become more challenging. The absence of key players like TJ Watt places additional responsibility on the rest of the defense, requiring leadership, awareness, and execution at every level. Secondary players, linebackers, and defensive linemen must anticipate routes, maintain coverage assignments, and leverage every opportunity to disrupt plays. The objective is to set a tone early, control the line of scrimmage, and limit explosive plays, forcing Miami into uncomfortable situations that may result in mistakes. Historically, December has been a month where the Steelers rise to the occasion, a time when grit, preparation, and focus come to the forefront. This game is more than a contest. It is a test of resilience, preparation, and identity. By asserting control, playing to strengths, and maintaining discipline in all phases of the game, the Steelers have an opportunity to not only secure a vital victory, but to also build momentum as the season progresses. Tonight is about taking what the team does best, maximizing advantages, and executing with precision, energy, and determination in a setting that is as challenging as it is electrifying. As the night progresses and the floodlights illuminate Acrisure Stadium, the Steelers' focus must remain sharp. The crowd's energy can be electrifying, but it also places a responsibility on the players to channel that intensity effectively. Momentum in football is a fragile and powerful force, and tonight, every play, every snap, and every adjustment will carry weight. The Dolphins may have won 4 straight, but Pittsburgh knows that streaks can end when met with disciplined, hard-nosed football. The strategy will revolve around exploiting every mismatch, taking what the opponent gives, and controlling the tempo with precision. The weather, which has been a constant topic of discussion, will play its role, but it will not define the outcome. Teams that thrive in December embrace the cold as part of the challenge, using it to sharpen focus, build resilience, and execute with even greater intent. In the trenches, the battle will be fierce. Offensive and defensive lines set the tone for everything, and tonight, Pittsburgh's line must dominate to give the quarterbacks and running backs room to maneuver. The Steelers' approach should be methodical yet aggressive, mixing power runs with strategic play action to keep the Dolphins off balance. The tight ends will be a central focus, serving as both blockers and reliable receiving options in the middle of the field. Darnell Washington's return adds a new dimension, allowing the team to stretch defenses horizontally and vertically while maintaining a physical presence that can wear down opponents over the course of the game. Every block, every assignment, and every read is amplified under these conditions, and the Steelers must approach each with intensity and discipline. Defensively, the task is equally daunting yet full of opportunity. Containing Devin Achane and limiting his explosive ability will be a central focus, but the Steelers cannot allow themselves to be distracted by one player. Defensive discipline, gap integrity, and communication are critical, especially with TJ Watt's sidelined. Alex Highsmith and Nick Herbig must step into leadership roles, pressuring the quarterback and making tackles decisive. The secondary, particularly players like Minkah Fitzpatrick, must anticipate routes, read the quarterback's eyes, and adjust quickly to shifting offensive schemes. The aim is to prevent big plays, force Miami into unfavorable down-and-distance situations, and generate turnovers that can swing momentum. In essence, the defense needs to play cohesively, understanding that each player's actions impact the entire unit's effectiveness. Special teams, often overlooked, can also provide a subtle yet crucial advantage. Field position in cold weather becomes even more critical, and the kicking game, along with punt coverage, can shape drives and influence the overall rhythm of the game. The Steelers must be disciplined and precise, avoiding penalties and maintaining focus in high-pressure situations. Every snap, whether on offense, defense, or special teams, requires acute awareness and execution. Missed assignments or mental lapses can be amplified in December weather, so preparation and mental toughness are paramount. As the game unfolds, leadership on the field will become increasingly vital. Ben Roethlisberger's legacy looms over the organization, serving as a reminder of poise under pressure, precision, and preparation. Current leaders must channel that same mentality, keeping composure, making calculated decisions, and inspiring teammates to elevate their performance. Communication between the sideline and the field will be critical, particularly when adjusting to the Dolphins' tendencies, in-game injuries, or unexpected shifts in momentum. The ability to adapt, respond, and execute under pressure often separates the teams that advance from those that falter, and tonight provides a textbook example of that principle in action. The Steelers' offensive philosophy tonight should emphasize strength and control, utilizing both Jaylen Warren and Kenny Gainwell creatively, whether on the perimeter or through misdirection plays, allows the offense to create space and keep defenders guessing. Screen passes, power runs, and short yardage tactics will be essential in maintaining rhythm, controlling the clock, and exploiting gaps in Miami's defense. Offensive linemen must dominate the point of attack. Skilled players must find open space quickly, and quarterbacks need to make smart, decisive reads under pressure. Precision, toughness, and discipline are non-negotiable in this approach. Beyond tactics and strategy, tonight is also about mentality. The Steelers must embrace the challenge, play with a sense of urgency, and approach each play as an opportunity to assert their identity. Cold weather, a loud crowd, and a high-stakes environment can either intimidate or inspire, and Pittsburgh has a history of channeling adversity into performance. December football is synonymous with grit, toughness, and resilience, and the Steelers must embody these qualities to secure victory. Every drive, every defensive stand, and every adjustment adds to the narrative, contributing to the momentum that can carry a team deep into the playoffs. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Breaking news in the NFL rumor mill. Whispers from inside the league suggest that the Pittsburgh Steelers might be plotting a move that could shake the entire market. According to sources familiar with the organization, the Steelers are considering an audacious strategy, one that could catch fans, rivals, and analysts completely off guard. While details are scarce and nothing has been officially confirmed, insiders describe the potential maneuver as bold and unprecedented in recent franchise history. For years, the Steelers have balanced a reputation for consistency with flashes of daring, and it seems the front office may be preparing to tilt the scales once again. The speculation revolves around a high-profile acquisition, possibly involving a trade or a significant signing that would signal the team's intent to compete at the highest level immediately. Observers note that the organization has been quietly restructuring contracts and scouting potential targets, hinting that this move might not just be a minor adjustment, but a statement to the rest of the league. Fans are already buzzing on social media, with theories ranging from blockbuster trades to surprise free agent signings. Some insiders suggest the Steelers could be eyeing a player whose impact would be felt both on and off the field, someone capable of changing the dynamics of their roster overnight. The rumor has also sparked debate among analysts, who are divided between viewing it as a calculated risk or an overreach that could backfire if the pieces don't fall into place. Even without official confirmation, the mere suggestion of such a move has reignited conversations about Pittsburgh's long-term strategy, raising questions about how far the front office is willing to go to reclaim its dominance. As the rumor mill churns, the league's landscape feels more uncertain, and one thing is clear. Whatever the Steelers are planning, it's bold enough to become the talk of the NFL for weeks to come. Fans and rivals alike are now left guessing, waiting to see if these whispers will materialize into one of the most talked-about maneuvers in recent memory. The Steelers have remained characteristically tight-lipped, but the intrigue alone is enough to keep speculation alive. Could this be the start of a franchise-defining decision? Only time will tell, but the NFL community is watching, and the buzz is unmistakably loud. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Pittsburgh Steelers, make sure to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.